Tracy's silent strike. The scandal that could shatter Port Charles. In the ever-churning cauldron of secrets and scandal that is Port Charles, no betrayal stays buried forever, especially when Tracy Quartermaine is involved. Known for her calculating precision and unflinching loyalty to the Quartermaine legacy, Tracy may have appeared momentarily humbled after Drew Cain outmaneuvered her in the public spotlight. But for those who've known her the longest, it's clear, Tracy never truly loses. She simply waits. When an unscrupulous congressman tried to redirect blame for his ketamine abuse onto Tracy, it was not just a reckless act, it was a tactical blunder. Tracy is no one's scapegoat, and this miscalculation only served to sharpen her focus. But instead of retaliating immediately, Tracy took a different route. She turned her attention to family, specifically her newfound nephew, Giovanni, Gio, Palmieri, whose sudden connection to the Quartermaine lineage has shaken the household and added new dimensions to Tracy's already expansive legacy. Supporting Gio's transition into Quartermaine society would be enough for most. Add to that her unwavering commitment to Brooke Lynn and the emotional weight of the nurses' ball incident, and one might expect Tracy to step away from the chessboard for a while. But Tracy is no ordinary player. She's biding her time, and her next move could decimate what's left of Drew Cain's carefully constructed image. Because what Drew doesn't know, or has foolishly hoped would stay buried, is that Tracy has known about his illicit relationship with Nina Reeves for months. While Drew believed he was navigating his affair with secrecy, Tracy was quietly assembling a dossier, waiting for the precise moment to strike. And now, with Drew's own miscalculations mounting and his alliances weakening, that moment may finally be upon us. Willow Tate Corinthos, already emotionally depleted from the upheaval in her personal life, is perhaps the most tragic piece on this board. Her decision to trust Drew, despite quiet warnings from those closest to her, was one born of desperation. But when the full extent of his betrayal comes to light, the weight of humiliation and anger will be too much for her to ignore. Her reaction will be swift and unforgiving. The fallout won't just affect her relationship with Drew. Nina, still reeling from her own public disgrace and ongoing estrangement from her daughter, will be dragged deeper into the abyss. Willow is expected to sever ties with both of them, not just as a partner, but as a mother and a stepdaughter. The line between family and foe has never been thinner, and when Willow walks away, it may be for good. What remains to be seen is how Michael Corinthos responds to this chaos. His own past with Nina has left deep scars, and his trust in Willow was already showing signs of erosion. But with Willow potentially seeking refuge or reconciliation, will Michael rise above his bitterness for the sake of Wiley and Amelia? Or will he, too, choose vengeance over forgiveness? As Tracy tightens the noose around Drew and Nina, there's an undercurrent that cannot be ignored: the undeniable pull between the two former lovers. Their initial affair began not in romance, but in rage, an explosive argument in Nina's office that ended in passion. That fire was never fully extinguished, only buried under the rubble of new relationships and public personas. Now, with their reputations shredded and their personal lives in freefall, Drew and Nina may find themselves drawn back into each other's orbit, not out of love, but necessity. Alone in a town that has turned against them, they may become each other's last refuge. Old patterns die hard, and their toxic history suggests a dangerous possibility that mutual shame and loneliness could ignite another round of self-destruction. It's the kind of twisted emotional logic that Port Charles knows all too well, where pain is mistaken for connection and betrayal for comfort. And while Drew's image as the reformed hero crumbles and Nina's reputation as a villainess resurfaces, their reunion would serve as both a final surrender and a mutual indictment. For now, Tracy watches. Her silence is not surrender, it's a strategy. And when she does speak, her words will carry the force of every secret she's kept bottled up. Because in Port Charles, power isn't always loud, it's calculated, it's patient, and sometimes, it's wearing a pearl necklace and sipping tea while the world around her implodes. As alliances fracture and hearts shatter, Port Charles braces for a reckoning. Drew and Nina are clinging to the only thing they have left, each other. But comfort born of ruin is rarely sustainable, and in a town built on reinvention and revenge, even a fleeting embrace can trigger a chain reaction no one saw coming. The final question isn't whether Tracy will expose them, but what kind of collateral damage she's willing to accept in the process. Because once this scandal hits the surface, it won't just change a few lives. It may reshape the entire Quartermain dynasty, and the emotional geography of Port Charles itself.